Guys, welcome to another week of sales. This is a what sold this week from February 13th through today. I am trying a new format this week to see if I can get through a few more sales than I normally do to show you a little bit more of what's selling each week. So come and join me, follow along, and I'll even show you my metrics, what I paid for shipping, what I paid for everything, and my final earnings for each order. So I hope you enjoy it. All right, so I'm going to start off with my nifty back of house here. You can see that I listed 35 items this week and I sold 34, making my sell-through rate 97%, which is pretty awesome. Here is total revenue for the week. As you can see, this is about double what I normally do. Sales this week were insane, and I had some really high price items that sold, so I'm excited to show you guys those. Total revenue $2,760 and total profit just over $2,000. Seen most of my money came from eBay this week. I did have a couple Mercari orders. I don't know why they're not showing up, but so there might be two more. I probably just haven't uploaded it yet, but a few good Poshmark, a couple even on Etsy. I gave Etsy a hard time last week about not selling stuff, and it sold 2 items this week, so that's pretty exciting. All right, let's jump right in. I had a nice sale of one of my orange tab 90s Levi's jeans. Buyer paid a total of $100.17, and I took home $66. I want to show you guys very transparently what I'm paying for things. Obviously they used my 10%. You can see the discount there. They used my 10% off offer, which I usually run in my store. And most of my items have between a 4 and 6% promotion fee. So if that promotion fee is there, it'll be under ad fee general. There you go. Now we can get through these quicker. I had a sale. This is one of my Etsy sales. A really cool brass Calgary belt buckle. It actually went to Canada. Yeah, sold for $50. Looking good. Here's some eBay sales. I sold another one of these Fellow electric kettles. This one is a little different model than the ones I've sold and found in the past, but they sell so great. I took an offer of a $122. I offered free shipping on this, so it cost me $14 to ship it, but still took home $89.41. Ooh, a Texas Instrument TI-84 Plus Silver Edition. I picked this up for a couple bucks at a local thrift store, and it sold. These always sell so fast. I took home at $22.84 on this sale. Also offered free shipping on this one, so that's why I had it priced up a little higher. I knew I'd be paying between $7 and $9 to ship it, depending on where it was going. Another cool pickup I had this week was a resin bubble remover. New in the box. Sold in just a couple days for $129. My buyer used my coupon. Wherever they live, they had a weird road improvement and food delivery fee that they had to pay, but that's okay. So my buyer paid a total of $143.60, and I took home $101.52. Not too bad. As you can see, sometimes I have different layers or different tiers for my shipping that I use. I use flat rate shipping, $5.99, $7.99, $9.99, and $14.99 depending on the weight. This one was heavy, so I had it at my $14.99, so I actually made $1-ish on shipping on this one. As you can see, my shipping label was $13.53. Sometimes I make money, sometimes I lose money, but it's all business expense, so it's not a big deal to me. It's just easier. I feel like my buyers like seeing what the shipping number is going to be right away and just knowing what it is. So This was a really awesome sale this week. A handmade cross-stitch baby blanket. It was not very big, 33 by 37, but it had beautiful hand-stitched little animals and cats and squirrels all over it. If I ever see any of these very cottagey, cute nursery pieces, I pick them up. This one sold for $53.88. Buyer paid a total of $64.11, and I took home $41.82 on the sale. Vuori, one of my staple pickups, just a solid brand that is very on trend right now. This was just a long sleeve polo performance tech shirt. Sold for $35. Buyer paid $43.86, and I took home $28.49. More of my Apple parts went out the door this week. Actually, 2 of these sold. I only put 1 in to show you. Listed as parts and repair only. Sold for $40. My buyer paid $51.47, and I took home $34.46. Another lot of my computer magazines that I got in the same lot that I purchased sold this week. Buyer paid a total of $92.94 after their coupon that they used, and I took home $58.93. Another good jean sale. I got a Rock Revival pair of jeans. Sold really fast. I think only within a couple days. Buyer paid $59.86, but they used my coupon, it looks like, for a total of $67.69 with shipping, and I took home a total of $42.01. I'm always on the lookout for Disney plush, Disney parks specifically. If I can get them for really cheap, they seem like they sell okay. This one actually went for $24.86. Buyer paid a total of $36.27, and after all my shipping and fees and all that fun stuff, I took home $18.25. Usually I don't pay more than $1 or $2 for my plush, so I'm willing to do those. This was one of my biggest sales. Not my biggest, I'm saving my biggest for the end of this video, so I hope you stay with me. This was a Harley Davidson jacket, really big size, 3XL. I got it at a yard sale for $5 a couple months ago, and it sat for a while, but finally sold. Buyer used my coupon and paid a total of $261.86, and I took home $196.67, which was an awesome flip. Here is a Cutco knife block. No knives, just the block. I always pick these up if I can find them for cheap. I think I got this one from a friend, actually, who was going to donate it. And this one sold for $44.86. Buyer used my coupon and paid $53.89. And I took home $27.12 after fees. Another thing I love to look for and lot up are kids' VHSs. If I can get the Disney sing-alongs or specific Scooby-Doo, Winnie the Pooh. If I get them cheap enough, I lot them up. This one, buyer paid a total of $35.22 with shipping, and I took home $17.99. They always seem to sell pretty fast, and I just like picking them up. Another awesome shirt sale. This Western Coral women's Wrangler shirt was so beautiful. I picked it up for $5 at my local Goodwill. Buyer paid $37.79 with shipping, and I took home $22.64. I'm almost down to my last lot of these reel-to-reel tapes. I think I have one lot left, but these went out this week. They sold for $70. Didn't even use my coupon. They must have sent me an offer. Buyer paid $90.94. And after shipping and fees, I took home $57.38. I think at the end of all of those reel-to-reels, I'm going to make probably over $700 from selling these, which is insane to me. But cool purchase, cool thing to look out for. Another thing I found at my Goodwill this weekend was a sealed HDMI to glasses charger. I looked them up and they were selling pretty good in the $50 range, so I put mine up for $49.86. Buyer paid $54.34 and I took home $38.47 on a $5 purchase at my Goodwill. This one sat for a little while, but I always look out for hearing aids, mostly at estate sales. Some of these can be crazy big money. You can order new tubes. This one actually still had a whole bunch of new parts to it. I was able to test it and make sure I was able to connect it to the app and it was good to go. This buyer paid $115 for this, and after fees and shipping I took home $79.52. Pretty sure I picked this up at an estate sale. And let's see, a couple Poshmark orders. This is a really cool jacket I found at a yard sale. Quacker Factory. I believe it was originally sold on QVC. Just a really cool, anything unique. What's the name of my business? Unique sells. When things are unique, they're going to find a buyer. This is sold on Poshmark for an offer of $55, and I took home $44. Another Poshmark was a Ray Spooner Hawaiian shirt. I love selling these if I can find them. Sold for $27, and my earnings were $21.60. Another cool sale this week. Butterscotch Bakelite. This is a bangle and screwback earrings. Sold for $38, and I took home $30.40. I got these from a Whatnot show from my sweet friend Gracie's Vintage, and pretty sure they were pretty solid flip. Here is a Depop sale. I believe I took a $50 offer on this. I had it on sale. These are always great shirts. The wool shirts went to a good home. Buyer paid $50 and I took home $43.57. I did boost this one and paid a little extra in fees, but that's fine with me. I love the low fees on Depop. And another Depop sale, some Crocs, glittery Crocs. I think I took an offer of $25 on these. Yep. And I took home $21.15. Buyer pays their shipping and all the fees, which is great. I had 2 Mercari orders. I did put them in here. Good. A good sale of Brooks men's running shoes, sold for $31.50. And a really cute hippie boho international patchwork shirt made in Nepal, sold for $22.50. I'm noticing I'm getting a few more Mercari sales, so I'm happy to keep posting a few things over there, and a sale is a sale. Always happy for that. Oh, this is another Etsy sale, another Harley Davidson. A couple Harley Davidsons this week. This was a vest, sold for $60. I took home $53.19. Here's all the fees. I'm still learning a little bit about Etsy and how all their stuff works, but yeah, not too bad. And you made it to my last one, my biggest sale of the week that made my numbers so crazy. Was this Megalyn red infrared light therapy bag. I picked this up at my local Goodwill. It was still new in box. I picked it up for $32 with my coupon. They had it marked at $39.99. I took an offer for $860 with $14.99 shipping. My buyer paid a total of $927.49. Fees were high. When you have big crazy sales like this, the fees feel higher than they should be, but it's totally good with me. Shipping ended up being $63. I sent it with UPS. If I would have sent it with USPS, it probably would have been over $100. It was, I believe, $44, but I added the extra insurance on it, and a signature fee. So I paid up to make sure this gets to my customer, and I have it insured. So I took home $705.49 on a $32 pickup this week, sold in one day. It was a pretty awesome sales week.